this is Ari Koinuma speaking, and today in my songwriting analysis, we'll see if we can get three pieces of songwriting wisdom from this awesome Alice in Chains Man in a Box, an early jam and one of my favorites. Let's see the main riff. I know it doesn't sound quite right with acoustic, but I'm gonna play it anyway. See, let's pay attention to the rhythm of this. Alright, so you think, oh, that's so simple, right? And it is. But the thing that we want to pay attention to is how succinct and economical that riff is, and hence how bold and heavy it is. A lot of times with guitar riffs and hard rock and metal, it's really easy for us to get really busy. And you have to think about it. Busy music feels kind of like this, like really just small and sort of unsettling in a way. Whereas if it's a big riff like that, it feels more like a broad stroke. It's just like somebody's punching it with a big hook, just going boom, boom, boom. And the reason why that riff works is it focuses on rhythm and not on busyness to create the heaviness. Like again, it goes like this: 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3. Right? So it is a 3-2-3 subdivision of a 4-4 beat. So there are 8 eighth notes in a 4-4 bar. 4-4 bar being the most common rhythmic structure that we would have in pop rock metal songs, and yet he divides those 8 notes into 3-2-3, which is uneven, and that unevenness creates that sense of jaggedness, just the sort of the really deep unsettling feeling that you get, the tension, the conflict that this song suggests comes from that 3-2-3 rhythm of this simple 2-note chord. Right? So again, when you're wanting to write heavy music, don't necessarily think of busy. Think in terms of bold strokes, big notes placed in the right place rhythmically, so that you just give that right sort of a jaggedness. So that's point number 1. Now, point number 2. Let me play a little bit of the verse melody here. Alright, so we're in the key of E minor here. I mean, they tuned down half step, so it's E flat, but actually it's, for all intents and purposes, it's E minor on the guitar, right? It's not quite, but I mean, the chord is E minor with E minor 7. But anyway, notice this. What note is that? That's a C sharp. C sharp in the key of E minor. So it goes usually E minor scale. It's like that C is in there, but instead he goes to C sharp. Notice how that sounds as opposed to the regular E minor. That C sharp, it just has that sense of lift in a minor scale, or actually what is going on is it's actually officially a Dorian scale, Dorian mode, and that raised 6, the C sharp, adds a sort of a sense of lift, and again, that note has that sort of a effect of lifting it, so it's not sort of a closed in sort of predictable minor scale, but at the same time it's lifting but sort of a ambiguous note. You're like, oh, and it's placed in a very important place in the melody too. Notice how prominent that C sharp is in that first line. That's what gives that melody that unsettling feeling. And so the point here is when you're writing songs, in minor key, it's easy to just get into, that sort of a really traditional, predictable minor harmony, and then, but then, just try substituting some stuff, and see how sort of sticking to like a modal harmony might, give the song a distinct flavor. Alright, so that's point number 2. Number 3, I'm going to play a bit of the chorus here. Alright, so I know I can't quite play the two parts at the same time on the guitar, but you get the idea. What is that format? That is a classic call and response, and you don't have to have two singers to have a call and response. One of the classic formats of like hard rock is to have like a guitar riff intermingled with a verse and the guitar part, and then the lead vocal having a call and response. And I'm sure you can think of some songs that go like that, or like a rock and roll songs, right? And anyway, it's really easy to get into a rut in songwriting, thinking that, I have to sort of fill up the space with the main melody. The singer has to be carrying it all the time. No, call and response is a really old and well-established format in songwriting, and by incorporating that, you sort of remove the burden of carrying the interest from the main melody and distribute it even more evenly throughout the song. So again, whether it's verse or chorus, it doesn't matter, but keep that in mind, in the back of your mind as a card to play potentially when you're writing a song, going, I wonder if this is kind of a more call and response kind of thing that we can do, instead of the traditional just lead singer going on and on and on, which I know they like to do that, but that's not always in the best interest of the song. So today we looked at Alice in Chains' Man in a Box, and we talked about 3-2-3 subdivision in the riff, and then how odd subdivisions can help give it a nice sort of a jagged offset to your rhythm, and how economy plays in sort of creating a bigger and heavier sound. And then we looked at how it has a Dorian harmony and scale, and that gives it a distinct sound again. And finally, we looked at call and response as a potential songwriting structure or format or device that you can employ to give the song a little more distributed sort of sense of interest, as opposed to just having to create interesting melody, like having being carried by one melody like the whole time. All right, so that's good enough for today. I'll catch you next time. Thanks.